Hi, it's Allannah. Welcome back to YogaYin and thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to take you through a fertility sequence today for a student who has been trying to get pregnant for a couple of years now, has had an unsuccessful time with IVF. She is suffering from adhesions from a surgery that she had when she was quite young, and we believe that that might be influencing her ability to get pregnant. So I'm going to show you today a sequence to deal with adhesions, because a lot of us have had surgery. A lot of us have had surgery in the lower abdomen, and it can be a real barrier towards getting pregnant. So this sequence is about dealing with adhesions. It's also going to be about increasing cervical mucus as she's having a regular period. It was a little irregular after the IVF, but it has gone back to normal, but the ovulation hasn't really gone back to normal. So we just want to increase the quality of that cervical mucus. So I hope you enjoy it. If you would like a personalized sequence of your own, I actually only have one left for the year. So please do contact me and I will book you in for that, because I'd hate for anybody to miss out. And if you'd like to contact me, you can do so on Facebook. Namaste. Hurry on. So when you're ready, I want you to come to lying prone on your mat. That is belly down, first of all. And we're coming into a pose called Makrasana, crocodile pose. First of all, because my student has trouble breathing down into her belly and really connecting with her belly. This is often an easy way to do that, because you're putting pressure on your belly. You can actually feel it push into the mat. So what I want you to do is just cross your forearms and rest your head in a comfortable position, whatever works for you. And then I want you to send your breath down into your belly. Feel the belly press into the mat. And as you release your breath, feel a real letting go. Extend your exhalation so it's longer and deeper than the in-breath. Five more deep breaths here. And then float your eyes open, raise your head. Gently place your hands beside your chest and come back into Balasana, pose of a child, with your knees out to the side of the mat, your big toes together, and then stretch out your arms and drop your forehead. And let your belly be nice and free, and continue breathing down into the belly. into the buttocks. Beautiful, and then when you're ready, come into a cat pose on all fours. Knees underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders, fingers spread, inner elbows turn toward one another. And then when you're ready, inhale and open out your throat, but try not to dip too much through your lower back. And then exhale. Just curl the spine and drop the head. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling. Exhaling. Close your eyes if you're comfortable. 2 more rounds in your own time. Inhaling to open the throat and exhaling to curl the spine. And then inhale, look forward. Walk your hands forward, spread your fingers, tuck your toes under, downward dog. Okay. So first of all, I want you to come up on your toes and then bend your knees so your shins are parallel to the mat. Lift your hips high in the air and then place your feet down. Heels as close as you can get to the floor, just feeling into downward dog. And then I want you to gently walk through your feet, one at a time. Now, I recently came across a student who absolutely hates walking through their feet in downward dog. So if that's you, you're fine to just practice here. But I like to do it, and a lot of students like to do it just to loosen off the meridian, the kidney meridian that runs down the center of the back of the legs. Inhale and exhale. Sink your heels down here. Hold downward dog for a breath. Just allow it to balance the whole of your endocrine system. And then we're going to raise that right leg behind us up towards the ceiling. Bend the right knee and we're going to come into pigeon pose. So slide your leg down. Come to the position that is most comfortable for you here. If you can bring your leg forward a little in this position, do so. Just depends on your anatomy and your flexibility. Check your back foot is in alignment. And then inhale here, and if it's available to you, I want you to sink your body down. Pigeon pose is a really good pose for opening up the right hip, and my student has adhesion on the right side, the lower right quadrant. So this is going to help to ease into those adhesions. Inhale, come back up. So you really should feel that in your right glute. We're going to loosen up this whole area. And of course, to balance it, we're going to practice it on the other side as well. So when you're ready, I want you to curl your toe, Step back to downward dog, and to keep the body moving and flowing, walk through your feet. Inhale and exhale, sink your heels down, then raise your left leg in the air. Bring the left knee through to the left wrist. Slide your back leg down, tip your toes in alignment. Most of our toes tend to sneak in towards the center of our mat. And then inhale here, and if it's available to you, sink down. Make a note of which side feels a little more difficult for you, a little more challenging, which side has greater ease. Let your belly be free. With each exhalation, release a little more. And then inhale. Come back up to center. Curl your toe. Step back. To downward dog. Walk through your feet. And there should be a greater sense of ease in the backs of the legs now. Coming up onto both toes and then gently sinking the heels back. We're going to hold this 5 deep breaths. When you're ready, inhale to your toes. Drop your knees back. Step your hands back under your shoulders into a cat position. Take your knees out to the sides of your mat and practice sexy cat. Circling the buttocks. And again, this is an excellent pose for working not only into the lumbar spine, but releasing the belly, increasing the flow of chi, and working with adhesions. And then reverse those circles. Good, and come back to center. Big toes together, stretch your arms out, back into Balasana, pose of a child. Rest your elbows now. Let the belly be free and breathe right down into the belly. You should be able to feel a warmth of the belly now. And exhale, just release. Walk your hands up towards your body, and we're going to come into a seated position. Now, in this seated position, I want you to have a blanket or a pillow, just a nice flat one to sit your hips up onto. Now, you can either come into an easy cross-legged pose, or you can come into my favorite pose of a sage. It's completely up to you, whatever feels comfortable. There's no right or wrong here. And I want you for a moment just to sit, breathe into your belly, let that belly be nice and free. Just take stock of how you're feeling. And we're going to go ahead with a circle of joy, which is not only good for the adhesions, but it's going to be perfect for fertility. So I want you to interlace your fingers and bring them to your chest. Breathe in and then exhale and curl through the spine, drop the head, arms alongside the ears. On your next inhalation, raise your palms upwards towards the ceiling. And then exhale, drop your hands behind your head. Beautiful. Inhale here, gently twist to your right. And exhale, come back. Inhale, twist to the left. And exhale, come back to center. Inhale, raise the arms and then slide the hand out from your right hip. Bring the other arm over. Look up towards the ceiling, keeping both buttocks firmly on the mat. And I want you to stretch from the hip right through to the fingertips. Breathe into the side of the body. If you can feel this stretching out the scar tissue, use your exhalation, deepen your exhalation. Turn your head to look at the ceiling, only if that's comfortable for the neck, otherwise look straight ahead. Beautiful, inhale like a dance, take that arm back behind you. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Look to your thumb. Spine is nice and straight. Beautiful. And then inhale back. Take it a little deeper. And then come all the way back up to center and inhale as you raise the arms and exhale. Fold down to the other side. You're going to find one side is much easier than the other in general. Breathe into the body. And inhale, circle, eye nice and straight. Take the arm back behind you. Breathe, look towards your thumb. And then inhale, come back. Take it a little deeper. And then come all the way up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, take your hands behind the head. Feel the shoulders just freeing up. Bring the shoulder blades towards one another. And gently windmill the elbows. Release the head. No need to keep the neck super strong. Just let it ease up. Beautiful. And we're going to continue with this circle-like motion now. And I want you to just release your arms up, bring them down to your knees, and then we're going to come into Sufi grind. So we're now going to bring that circular motion into the base of the body. Again, really good for warming up the pelvis, releasing scar tissue, and for fertility, to increase the flow of blood. Close your eyes if you're comfortable, and really feel into that lower part of your body and connect with it. And reverse those circles. Going against our natural habit, balancing the body and bringing it to a state of homeostasis. Now I can't tell you how good that is for improving the flow and the quality of your cervical mucus. You're just going to have to experience that for yourself. Okay, I want you to bring the soles of your feet together. Baddha Konasana. Good. Now don't worry if you can't get your knees all the way down to the mat. Anatomically, some people never can. So don't worry about that. I want you to either take hold of your ankles or interlace your fingers around your toes. Whatever keeps your spine nice and straight. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And inhale and exhale. Use your elbows and gently ease out the groin, drop the head. And just experience a sense of letting go. Come all the way back up to center. And just to balance our body, take your hands back behind you on the floor, not the blanket. Fingertips pointing in towards the body. Open up the chest, drop the head. Breathe into the heart. Beautiful. Just open up and release the heart. Now we're going to do the rest of our yoga sequence against the wall. So I want you to bring your mat over to a wall. Okay, so I want you to place your pillow halfway along your mat so you can pop that onto your head. I'm going to practice on this beautiful sheepskin rug because it's seriously cold on this floor and I don't want to get cold. So if your floors are really cold, please place something underneath you just to keep your lower back warm. Alright, come into the wall from the side, drop the buttocks down, take the feet up as if we're coming into legs up the wall. But then I want you to take your legs hip distance apart and bend your knees. And I just want you to breathe here, a couple of deep breaths. Good, and then just release your hands along beside your body. What we're going to do is we're just going to gently take the right knee out to the side. and bring it back in towards the body. And then the left knee out to the side and bring it back in towards the body. Right knee, left knee. Start to practice it in a flow. Probably going to find that the right side is very tight. I want you to stay with it. It's a great way of gently easing out that scar tissue. Just a word of warning, this is good for getting the bowel motion going as well, so you've been warned. Now taking the knees over together. A little more difficult, but we've warmed up into this position. Beautiful. Leaving one knee open, open out the other one. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, the legs up the wall. Now, if your feet want to slip down, do allow them to. And then I want you to bring the tips of your thumbs together and your forefingers into Yoni Mudra and place them over your belly to encourage fertility. And breathe into the belly. Now I want you to bring the tip of your thumb and the tip of your forefinger together on each individual hand and just lay them long beside the body. And what we're going to do is just encourage the breath down into the belly of its own accord. And when you can feel your belly rising and falling with each inhalation, I want you to direct the breath into the lumbar spine and then the sides and then the front of the pelvis, and then release it. Let it go. Inhaling lumbar spine first, sides of the pelvis, front of the pelvis, and then exhale, let it go. 5 more rounds in your own time. your awareness to the sounds around you. And then gently release those sounds. Let them go. And then release this breath, let it go, let your breath return to its normal pace. And then float your eyes open. And gently just straighten your legs first of all. A little bit of a stretch against the wall. Flex the feet. And then bend the knees. Roll off to one side and make your way back to your mat. So sitting in your most comfortable seated position when you're ready. I'm going to stay on my sheepskin. It's very warm and very comfortable. Make sure that you're warm and comfortable. And the breath should be dropping down now quite naturally into the belly. Beautiful. I want you to bring your palms to lotus pose. So base of the palms together and each of the tip of the fingers together. I'm going to bring them to the heart. I want you to just close your eyes. Just for any heaviness of the heart. Don't worry if this directs your breath back up to your heart. It's supposed to. And again, I want you to bring your breath to the back of the body, cervical spine. And then the sides of the body. And then the heart space. And exhale. Let it go. Bringing breath to the back, sides, heart. Bringing the breath to the heart has many, many physiological benefits for your body. But for our purposes, it's just encouraging any emotion of the heart to release and to flow. And if any emotion comes up where you feel at this point, just allow yourself to feel it. Whether it's joy, whether it's sadness, whether it's anger. And exhale. And let it go. Don't attach. Letting your eyes open. And just reflecting on whether you may feel differently at the end of the class than you did at the beginning. and taking a sense of peace and calm and courage through with you into the rest of your week. Take hold of your dominant wrist, that is the hand you write with, behind your back, with your index finger and thumb. Inhale and exhale, bow down towards the feet. Om Namah Shivaya. I bow to the greatness within. And then gently coming back up. Bring the hands to Anjali Mudra at the heart. To the forehead for clarity of thought and an open mind. To the lips for clarity of speech and kind speech, especially to self. And to the heart for an open heart. Om Shanti. Om Peace. Namaste. So that is a sequence for improving adhesions, allowing them to stretch and ease and reducing the pain from adhesions, and also improving the quality and the quantity of the cervical mucus or flow. If you're interested in more videos for adhesions, you can find them at my website, www.yogayin.com. Just search under endometriosis and adhesions, and there's another full-length video there for adhesions. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for subscribing. Namaste.